It's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mystic Destinies. And we have a suspicion that Shinji is a prince. Anyway, so, Chapter 3 of Avalon. Of Avalon. That's true, we can't be mysterious yet. I can't hide my surprise when Shinji takes us into an upscale coffee house. With the way he usually dresses and acts, I had expected something a little more casual, or maybe even wild. But given the uniform, this makes sense. Shinji sits. Oh my god. Shinji sits us down at a table, saying he'll be right back. I don't know why his name is so hard for me to Shinji. I feel like I'm like lisping when I try to say his name. I don't know. Whatever. Takumi and I are looking at the menus Shinji gave. I can't even. Oh my god. Oh, there's something seriously wrong with me. Okay. Takumi and I are looking at the menus Shinji gave us when I realize I've been here before. With Shizuka. A growing feeling of dread rises within me, even as I try to squash it down. It's just a coffee house. Calm down, Anara. I stare out the large windows and listen to the smooth jazz that conflicts with my unsettled emotions for a few minutes. While I don't know exactly how to feel being back here, I do know that freaking out isn't going to help. And I know it's not exactly healthy to repress feelings, but what else can I do? I decide that I need a distraction and glance at Takumi, who's intently reading something on his phone. I watch as his serious expression turns into a frown. Takumi? Worried, but not wanting to disturb him, I lean over just a little further and take a peek at his phone. All I can make out are the words Yasu and don't know how much longer we can pay before Taku Taku. I don't know why I came out Taku. Taku moves his phone closer to his face. Did he notice me? Still, I wonder what's wrong with Yasu. Money problems? I ponder on it a bit while carefully looking away from Takumi. My eyes find Shinji at the bar talking to someone. It's true Taku's family has never been rich, but what could have him so upset? Regardless, I'm not used to Takumi being so gloomy. Takumi is gloomy. Gloomy Takumi. I feel frustrated, but if he doesn't want to share with me, there's not much I can do. I watch as Shinji pours coffee into a glass, and I wonder if it'll be okay to go talk to him. If you want to see him, just go. Takumi's voice breaks through my thoughts, and I jump. And can you give him my order? I'll just take a black coffee and some water. Oh, right. Sure, I'll go do that. Am I that obvious? Yes. I push my chair back and get up. For some reason, that simple act has my heart pounding a bit as I walk up to Shinji. Shinji glances at me, but doesn't stop talking to his coworker until I actually reach the bar. With both of their eyes on me, I suddenly feel very small. What's up? Taku wants a water and a black coffee. Oh, sorry, I should have been over to take that. Shinji takes out a small pad and starts writing down the order, but the ginger-haired man rips it out of his hands. He shoves it instead as a passing server and turns back to us. Why don't you introduce us instead? Well, okay. This is Galen, my manager. I'm the assistant manager here, have been since my first year at Hakawara. This is... So what do you do in school? How did you meet Shinji? Me? I study business. When I first met Shinji, he was doing something weird. I look at Shinji. What was that about? Or what was that? Yeah, what? Don't you remember? The time in the courtyard. The time in the courtyard. I was eating my lunch and you were talking to yourself. You told me you needed to get better at spying or something. Oh, that. I can see and talk to spirits. What? Really? What's that like? Are they all see-through or solid? Oh, well, I wish I had an easy answer for you. But spirits come in many different forms. Some are barely there, some seem like they're almost solid, and then there's ones that, well, they're all different. Wow, that's a really amazing power to have, I think. Honestly, it sounds scary too, and it has to be emotionally difficult to see the dead all the time. Yeah, I suppose it is. So are there any spirits in Veritas right now? There's one right in front of your face now. Seriously? Hi, spirit? I was just joking. Sorry for messing with you. I couldn't resist. Oh. Well, I feel ridiculous. Still, it was worth it to see him smile like that. It's different than usual somehow. Go ahead and go back to your table. I'll bring your order soon. Alright. She's like, alright. I go back to Takumi and our table, feeling lighter than when I came in. I don't even mind that this is where I met Shizuka, I think. I mean, sure, it is where we met, but it's also where Shinji works, and it seems like a genuinely nice place. Could you imagine you could have met him for the first time there when you went to meet your mother? I don't need to focus on the negative things. I spend some time just chatting with Takumi and relaxing. But seeing how busy Shinji is, I eventually get up to go see if I can help him. Shinji, is there anything I can do to help you? Do you need it? Galen pops out of nowhere then. Of course he could use the help. Shinji stares at Galen, but he doesn't turn me down either. Great, here you go then. He shoves a uniform at me from nowhere into my arms. Huh? And that's how I ended up spending the next few hours helping Shinji around Veritas. Takumi left after finishing his drink, although he still seemed kind of down. But since he was well enough to tease me about my uniform, I figured whatever was bothering him couldn't be too bad. You're kind of a crappy friend. Like, I know you're in love with Shinji and this is like Shinji's path, but like, Takumi was feeling bad and you could have at least talked to him and been like, hey, are you okay? And he could have, nah, yeah, I'm fine. But you were like, hey, I'm just gonna go and we're here and you brought me here and oh, were you sad? And maybe I should have asked you, but no, whatevs. I'm gonna go talk to my wannabe boyfriend. I mean, good lord. Come on. Like, poor Takumi, like, he probably just wanted you to ask if he was okay. You could have just asked, that's all I'm saying. Shinji showed me how to take orders and clean up a little, and at the end of the night, I felt like I actually enjoyed myself. Smiling, I walk up to Galen, uniform in hand. Thanks for letting me help out and lending me the uniform. It was fun. Galen's eyes float to Shinji and then back to me. Oh, no trouble, no trouble. Would you like to work here? What? I automatically look at Shinji, who's looking at Galen strangely. I wonder, is he always this busy? He must be if Galen's asking me if I want to work here. Galen's like, he's in love with you, and he's too stupid to say it, so I'm totally gonna have you work here. It'll be great. I look back to Galen. Yeah, sure. Splendid, you're hired. Just like that? No need to fill out any paperwork when I've already seen you work. I'll take care of it. Oh, okay, thanks. Looks like we're co-workers now, Shinji. Looks like it. I'll get to see even more of him now, and maybe I'll repay him for all his kindness by taking some work off his hands. Yeah, I was going to say something inappropriate, but I'm just keeping my mouth shut. Today was definitely a good day. I was going to say something inappropriate, but I didn't. Today was a good day. Shinji kindly offers to walk me home after, and together we leave Veritas for the night. The next day, I walk into the business club early. I'm surprised to see Shinji already there, napping in the armchair. Not wanting to disturb him, I sit on the couch instead. Yeah, what are you going to do, sit in the armchair with him? I reach into my bag and pull out my laptop, intending to do some work. Emphasis on intending. I end up staring at Shinji instead, not wanting to squander my only chance to look at him for as long as I want up close. I take in every detail of his face. How the warm, bright highlights of his magenta-colored hair contrast with the deep purple, a reflection of Shinji himself. The way the silky strands feather out, showing off his well-defined jawline. Oh my god, this is cheesy. His shaped, thick eyebrows, his eyelashes longer than mine, of course, because men always have nice eyelashes, that give a soft femininity to his manly face. The eyes under them that are colored like the cool earth in winter. My eyes fall down to his strong nose, to his full lips, dotted by piercings. They look so nice. Whoa. Without even realizing it, I've been moving towards Shinji until I was practically on top of him. Probably feeling my presence. Shinji's eyes snap open. I jump back, nearly stumbling over his feet. Hey, Shinji. I was gonna wake you up, but I see you're already awake. So where is everyone? Tetsuya emailed everyone earlier saying that he was canceling the meeting. I had something important to handle, apparently. So why are you here? I figured I might as well come in here for a nap since I knew it'd be quiet. Oh, I don't think I got that email, though. I pull out my phone and look through my emails. Sandwiched between two red ones is Tetsuya's. I did. Don't know how I missed it. I sigh and sit back on the couch, not really sure what to do next. Shinji stretches and looks at me. If you don't have anything else to do, you're welcome to come with me. It's almost time for me to meet up with a friend. He's asked me if I want to come with him to see someone. This is the first time he's asked me something like this before. He never even mentions stuff like this normally. Sure, okay. I wonder what his friend is like. Shinji checks the time on his phone and then stands up. You know, in reality, hey, you can come with me. I'm going to go see a friend. Sure, it'd be his girlfriend. That's what it would be in real life. You'd be like, I'm all in love with you. Oh, your girlfriend, and she's fucking perfect. Fuck my life. That's exactly what it would be like. Anyway, I follow suit and we both gather our things and leave the classroom. Shinji unexpectedly takes me to a bar in Shawa. Now this is the sort of place I thought he'd work. It's early in the evening though, so it's empty and the bar appears closed. Fox's tail. Is it okay to be here like this? It's fine, don't worry about it. Shinji climbs over the bar as he says this, making me even more nervous. Want a drink? Oi! You better not be stealing the good shit again. Who, me? I would never. I turn around and am suddenly face to face with a sort of punkish young man. He is one of the dudes that's going to be in Echoes, so he is our bad guy. He's the guy that's going to try to steal us from Shinji. He's like Shinji's twin. Like, they're like reverse twins. They have piercings on the opposites. Like, if they put Shinji next to him, it'd be like a mirror almost. Who's this then? I'm Anara. Seeing as where I am and how this guy looks, I am not to give my last name. I'm Shinji's partner. I don't. Partner, eh? Well, Miss Partner, welcome to the Fox's Tail. I don't know how to pronounce his name! It's the all the vowels. You know, he's whatever. I'm gonna look it up because... Is it ISO? ISO? I don't know if that would put it. I just. ESO? Something like that. I'll figure it out. We're gonna just. Okay. Yeah. We're never gonna say it right. Anyway, he starts walking and gestures for me to follow him. Feeling a bit timid, I obey, and he leads me to a table that we both sit down at. Shinji comes up with a tray of drinks, and I stare at them warily. Is that alcohol? Yeah, it's late enough, isn't it? Shinji places the glasses in front of each of us and seats himself. So, I've been thinking about inviting more local bands to play here. What do you think? Shinji takes a sip of his drink, and I idly wonder if he ever gets drunk. No reason not to. Speaking of which, have you reconsidered the whole band thing? Shinji shrugs, his eyes and hands still on his glass. I'll tell you if I change my mind. Iso. Oh, I can't, because I'm sure it flows. It's supposed to flow better than like Iso. We're going to just go with Iso. Because it's just, I can't do the pronunciation properly. And it just sounds like I'm tripping over it. Anyway. Iso and Shinji chat for a bit longer while I sip my drink. Then Shinji gets up without mentioning where he's going. I nervously watch as he leaves, thinking maybe he's going to get us more drinks or something. Once he's gone, my eyes turn back to the table. To Iso, who I'm very much alone with. Oh, his eyes just narrowed suspiciously. As if smelling fresh blood, Iso smirks at me. Iso, I don't know. Thanks a lot, Shinji. This guy seems really shady. But he's Shinji's friend, so he can't be bad, right? So, tell me about yourself, Inara. What do you study at Hagawara? Business? What year are you there? It's my First year there. I'm beginning to feel a little odd for some reason. Do you like it there? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Esau's really not a bad-looking guy. He seems nice, too. I bet you get pretty good grades, huh? Yeah. My eyes drift down to his lips. The snakebite piercings remind me of someone's. I realize that I'm leaning toward Esau, toward his lips. He seems to be closer to me. Our faces are close. Really close. It wouldn't be a big deal if I just kissed him, right? Eyes half-lidded, not really understanding what I'm doing, I tilt my head toward Esau. Suddenly, Esau falls to the side, out of his chair. I blink and lean back, wondering what the hell just happened and what I was just doing. Did something just hit? I try to make sense of what I just saw. A sphere of ice hit Esau in the head? I look under the table at Esau rubbing his head as Shinji walks up to us. He was using magic on... Oh, well, we obviously knew he was using magic on us, and Shinji's pissed. Damn right Shinji should be pissed. We're his property! Not really, but we love him. Anyway, knock it off, you little shit. No messing with her. Alright, fine. Esau pushes his chair upright and sits back in it. Shinji flatly stares at him the whole time. Sorry and all that. I stare blankly from him to Shinji, wondering what he's apologizing for. Wasn't he the one that got hit by Shinji's ice? Then I remember what I was just doing. What was I doing? Was I just about to kiss? Shinji takes a seat at the table and looks at me. In basic terms, Esau is a sound mage. He was just using his voice to get you to do something stupid. Like kiss him. And so what if she did kiss me? Jealous, Shinji? No, she can kiss whoever she wants, as long as it's of her own free will and not coerced. Ouch, could he sound like he's any less jealous? Though it's kind of scary that sound mages can do anything like that. But Shinji did protect me, and I can tell he cares a lot about making sure I didn't have to kiss anyone I didn't want to. I mean, hi, because that's kind of rapey. Like, I wish I could kiss you, though, Shinji. Shinji and Esau chat about musician-related things while I sit and listen for a little longer. Eventually, Shinji offers to walk me home, and I eagerly accept as always. When we leave the bar, Esau goes his separate way from us, and Shinji and I step out into the night. When I look behind me, I notice that the neighborhood looks far more sinister than it did this morning. I squint at the neon lights and bars I see on the windows. It looks like the streets get more and more scary the further you go in. I turn back around, walking a little faster. Luckily, Shinji and I are headed for a more pleasant part of Chawa, with warm, inviting lights. I like the white owl, because I like owls. I sneak a glance at Shinji's profile, lit by those same lights. Shinji! We both stop walking and squint ahead of us at the sound of a young woman's voice. It's Emmy! A pink-haired figure comes into view, running toward us and clearly out of breath. She stops in front of us and looks from me to Shinji. Oh, good, I caught you! Do you know where Esau went? Esau went? We don't know. His name is going to be different every time. We're going to call him Tom from now on, because he's like Tom Riddle. Shinji points toward the other direction that I was just thanking my stars I didn't have to go in. Hey, Emmy. He went into Yoru. I don't know what his plans were, but you should probably just wait until you see him later. Yeah, you're probably right. He was supposed to pick up some new pens for me, though. And then he just goes off to Yoru, not giving a damn. Ugh. As I stare at her curiously, Emmy's eyes drift toward me and her expression brightens. Who's this? Inara sparkles the unicorn. She goes to Hagawara. Oh, a friend? Or girlfriend? Neither. I'm just helping her as part of my class assignment. Neither. Ouch, Shinji. We're not even friends? Snap. Neither? Just helping? As an assignment? Distantly, I hear Emmy's disappointed voice. Oh, I see. And I thought we were getting closer. I thought he might even ask me out on a date soon. Was I wrong to assume we were at least friends? I'm a complete idiot. Yeah, I get what that feels like. Hey, Inara, you seem a little tired. You want to go get some tea or something? Since Iso's MIA, it looks like I won't have anything to do tonight. My eyes snap to Emmy, who seems to have noticed my expression. Honestly, anything would be better than being alone with Shinji right now. I manage a mirthless smile. Sure, I'd love to. I stiffly walk to Emmy's side and manage to keep a smile on my face, even when looking at Shinji. Thanks, Shinji. I'll get home myself. Alright, have fun, guys. With that, Shinji walks off ahead of us. I watch Shinji's back as he goes, feeling tears well up behind my eyes. Hey, you okay? I nod mechanically, but in reality, her concern makes me want to cry even more. I place my hand over my eyes and squeeze them as if I had a headache. The few tears I had clinging to my hand, cling to my hand as I remove it, but I doubt Emmy noticed. I'm fine. Just a little tired, like you said. Let's go? Emmy nods and we cross the street, thankfully leaving Shinji behind for the night. After spending a short while getting some food with Emmy, I now lie on my bed. Emmy had told me a little bit more about Shinji after I asked, and I got the feeling she knows I like him. In fact, she asked me outright and I couldn't even respond, so she definitely does. She said he's always been friendly, but somehow distant as long as she's known him. I wonder if anyone knows Shinji that well. Sho might, since they lived together. But I wonder what happened to make him like this. I sigh and turn over. It's not like I'll know anytime soon. I couldn't even manage to get to friend status. I turn out the light and pull my pillow over my head. Oh well, at least I think I made friends with Emmy. We exchanged numbers and made a promise to hang out again, and there's no class assignment forcing her to. Feeling bitter, lonely, and depressed, I managed only a fitful rest that night. Don't worry, eventually bitter, lonely, and depressed gets to be commonplace and you sleep better. Although he's still been checking up on me, I haven't seen Shinji in a few days. It's something that I've been both bummed about and glad about. At least it's given me some time to sort out my feelings. And I've decided that there's no way I'm giving up without even trying. At least I know for sure where we're at now. But after Professor Kazama's class ends, he takes the initiative to walk up to me. Hey, I'm about to go find out about that letter you got from Cillian and who exactly this prince is that you're supposed to know. Oh, really? Cool, alright. Can I come? Sorry. No, you can't. Why the hell not? Oh, okay, no problem. Thanks for understanding. See you later, then. I watch as Shinji heads toward the elevator, still feeling unsettled about the strange way he acted. Follow him like a fucking stalker, bitch. We're gonna follow him like a fucking stalker. I don't know if that's, a bad thing to do, but we're gonna follow him. You know what? I deserve to know. That weirdo, Cillian, was following me after all. So if he's not gonna tell me, then I'll find out for myself. Decision made, I watch as the elevator doors close. I wonder if you could find somebody else to try to help you find Cillian so you could ask, hey, so what does this prince look like? Because I think he's giving me a fake name. Oh, and then you can just ask him. After following Shinji at a distance all the way across Hagawara and even into Chawa, he finally stops at a little diner. I walk in a little after, I'm sure he's had time to sit down by now. I peek around the corner and see that, in a stroke of luck, Shinji is sitting facing away from me at a booth. He's with someone, but his head's in the way, so I can't see who. A waitress with blue hair immediately approaches me as I stare at Shinji, looking incredibly suspicious. Table for one? Yeah, sure. I bite my lip and look from the waitress to Shinji. Do you think you could help me? You see, my boyfriend came in here and I've been kind of following him. I think he might be cheating on me, so I don't want him to see me, but I need to get close enough to hear him. The slice spills so easily out of my mouth, I'm surprised at myself. Taku would be proud of me, but I feel bad for even saying such a thing. The waitress looks at me with round blue eyes. Oh, that's awful. Of course I'll help. Which one's your boyfriend? I point at Shinji's magenta hair and she nods. Oh, him. He's really handsome, isn't he? And he seems so nice, too. I guess you just don't know people. The waitress motions for me to sit at a table somewhat close to Shinji's, but a plant blocks me from view. You can sit here, so I don't bring any attention to you. I'll wait till you signal me over if you want to order, okay? Thanks so much. I don't know why I whispered. Thanks so much. The waitress walks off, having no idea how guilty I feel for deceiving her. It's okay. I sink low in my seat and peek around the plant at Shinji's table. Is Galen the... No, I don't think it would be Galen being the prince, because we had never met Galen before Cillian approached us. And see Shinji's boss, my new boss, sitting at the table with him. What the hell? Why are they meeting here like this? I listen in as Shinji explains my happenings with Cillian. He talks about the letter and how he hasn't opened it yet. Galen listens with an uncharacteristically serious face before finally speaking. There's been a rumor floating around for years about the kidnapped son of a Fey queen. It's all quite vague, but there were some descriptions of the baby having white hair and violet eyes. Like Takumi? So, Takumi? Seriously? Galen shrugs. It's just a rumor, and there's not that much information around the missing prince. So Takumi would... But see, that... I feel like that almost ruins his story. If... But then again... I mean... It does make it interesting. I figured it was freaking Shinji, but actually... But if it's Takumi, that'd be so... But then I kind of see why you play it in order, because if you played Takumi first and then you went to this part, it would, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely a reason why you play this one in order. Okay. The kid could actually just be dead with how thoroughly he disappeared. Is that who Cillian was staring at? Every time he acted especially weird was when I was with Takumi. That must be it. That's true. That is true, though, if now that she mentions it. I just assumed it was Shinji because it's Shinji's story. But now that she mentioned it, he always was like made a weird looks when she was with Takumi, so. Shinji and Galen move on to talking about something else then. Some kind of business deal involving a goddess? Sounds interesting, but I don't want to get caught. I heard enough, I should go. Bowing low, I get out of my seat and quickly move toward the exit. I wave goodbye to the waitress that helped me and then book it out of there. Later that night, I lie in my bedroom. Somehow I still can't believe that I managed to follow Shinji and not get caught today. I lay in bed unable to sleep, thoughts swirling in my mind. When I got home earlier, I actually got a call from Shinji. I honestly thought I might have a heart attack, that he had somehow realized I followed him. But in the end, it turned out that he just wanted to tell me he'd found out from Galen. He also said that he was going to try and find Cillian himself, and that he'd get back to me when he did. It felt so strange to lie to him and pretend like I didn't already know everything. Even now, I can't stop thinking about it. I don't like this, but I hope my reactions were convincing enough. I sigh and close my tired eyes. I need to sleep, to try at least. With that thought in mind, I force myself to fall asleep. Oh wow, I thought we were going to go on the next chapter. It's Christmas evening. Back in the UK, this day would have been a huge deal, with lights and trees everywhere. But after a lonely Christmas Eve by myself, I can't even celebrate with my father because he's out of town. And Kaio has been with the Yukamuras for the holiday. I heard she even went on a date last night. That makes it even more depressing. Everyone's like, oh, Christmas! And you're like, I'm alone and sad. I blow hair out of my face as I read my book. Lucky. Ugh. Feeling when your little sister has a boyfriend, but the guy you like doesn't even think of you as a friend. Girl, I'm gonna high five my computer screen. Girl, I feel you. But you'll get Shinji in the end, maybe. Unless we really are bad at this and we get the dark ending. But, you know. But I have a feeling you'll get Shinji in the end. And, you know, because, whatever. I turned the page in the mystical theory book Shinji lent me. It's all very interesting, but it still hasn't helped me figure out what kind of magic I want to pursue. Shinji hasn't gotten back to me in a few days, and honestly, that's no surprise. I imagine that finding people is pretty hard. Shinji. My eyes start to glaze over while I'm staring at the book. That hair, those eyes, that... I'm surprised out of my thoughts by who else but Shinji calling. Nervous, I answer the phone. Hello? Hey, I know where Cillian is now. If now's a good time, come meet me so we can go to him. Wow, awesome. All right, I'll be there soon. After learning where Shinji is, I hang up and quickly get dressed. Then I practically run out of my apartment to meet Shinji. I love when she's meeting him. She's always dressing nice. When I turn the corner onto the street Shinji is on, I immediately spot him thanks to his tallness and colorful hair. I walk up to him and am greeted with a smile. Ready to go? Yeah, but are you sure it's all right to go look for him when it's so late? It's best to go now. If we wait too long, he might leave, and then we'd have to do this all over again. All right, makes sense? I want to find out what's going on as soon as possible anyway. So let's go. Just, where is this guy anyway? You'll see. Shinji unexpectedly takes me out of Chawa, outside the city. Soon we're walking through a forest path. Twilight casts strange shadows over the forest, and I begin to get anxious. As we go further in, I start to see things moving in the forest. A bat flaps its wing furiously, scaring me. I move closer to Shinji, as close as I can without tripping him. Just being nearer to him immediately makes me feel safer, but I'm nervous he's going to tell me to get off him. Instead, Shinji only glances at me for a moment before putting his arm around my shoulders. Aw. Whoa, this was not the reaction I was expecting. Shinji's voice sounds so lonely in the quiet forest. It's okay. You don't need to worry. Yeah, I do, about you hearing how loud my heart is pounding. And it's not because we're in the middle of a forest at night. We keep walking through the forest like this, my face burning like the Olympic torch. I'm having all sorts of thoughts when we hear a rustling noise and freeze. I whisper in a small voice, "What do you think that was? What do you think that was?" Shinji seems to be focusing on something off to the side. He starts walking, pushing me behind him as we move in that direction. Shinji suddenly stops in front of some bushes, and I walk face first into his back, which is surprisingly hard. I step around Shinji to get a better look at whatever he's looking at and see Cillian himself, this time clad in armor. "Look at you, aren't you pretty?" I look at Shinji, but he just shrugs. "Well, go on, he's your weirdo. I'll be right here for you, just in case." I take a deep breath and step forward towards the man. Um, Cillian. Cillian jumps up to his feet, clearly startled. He takes some kind of stance that I assume means he's ready to fight, and I tense. As soon as he gets a good look at me, though, he drops it and trades it for an awkward look instead. He coughs into his fist and clears his throat. "Lady Inara, I didn't expect you to find me on your own." From behind me, I hear Shinji snort. "For a supposed personal knight of a queen, you're not all that observant, are you?" Cillian startles again, and I have to hold back a laugh at this funny man. Probably not the time to laugh, but for a knight, he's really amusing. But then it's my turn to jump when Cillian suddenly drops to one knee. "What are you doing?" "Thank you for fulfilling my request." Cillian looks up at Shinji. "Oh! Is it really him then?" I like how they threw that little, like, it's probably Takumi, but then it's not. It is Shinji. You're like, it's gotta be Shinji, and then you're like, "Oh, maybe it's Takumi? Oh, and then now it's Shinji again?" I don't know. I'm so confused. I love it. That's brilliant. I like that. Left turn. Right turn. "Prince Iogen, your mother has missed you dearly for all these years. She has held out hope that you were still alive, that your father had not killed you like everyone thinks." I watched Cillian give his impassioned speech, realizing that I was right in wanting to find out more before drawing any conclusions. I look back at Shinji, expecting him to be as shocked as I am, but instead, he looks annoyed, something I haven't seen before. Shinji's eyes meet mine, and his expression carefully changes to a more neutral one. "I'm no prince, especially not some long-lost Fey child. I'm a human, so just get up." Cillian finally stands up and looks desperately at Shinji. "Please, Prince Iogen, I don't know. You must believe me. Your birth father stole you away from your mother when you were but a babe. Everyone believed that he had surely abandoned you somewhere and left you to die, or even killed you himself. But your mother never gave up hope. Not once. She knew in her heart that her son was still alive." That's so horrible. A mother had her child stolen away from her, not knowing if he was alive or dead. I can't even imagine how terrible that must have been for her. I look at Shinji, but his expression hasn't changed a bit. "Please, come with me to Avalon. I swear on my honor, on my loyalty and love for my queen and people, that you and Lady Inara would be free to leave whenever you please. If you come with me, then the truth would be clearly seen." I glance at Shinji, waiting for his answer. I'm over here, I'm like, alright, sounds cool. I can see that Cillian has finally gotten to him with his logic. He must want to know the truth for certain too, right? Finally, Shinji sighs. "Fine, I guess I should check this shit out. Inara, do you want me to walk you home, or..." "No, if you're going now, I want to come along too. It's not like it's every day that a girl gets to see a new magical realm, or new magical realms." Surprisingly, Shinji puts up no resistance and simply nods to Cillian. "Right, follow me then." With that, Cillian leads us deeper into the forest. Is he good or bad? I don't know, because I swear he was one of the characters in the Mystic Destinies Echoes, but Cillian leads us through the forest toward a wooden bridge as Shinji and I walk side by side. I look at Cillian's back, brimming with curiosity about where we're going. "Hey, Cillian? What's Avalon like?" "It's a place of beauty that I cannot simply describe with words. I hope you do not mind, Lady Inara, but it is my belief that you should see it for yourself first. It's the only way to truly understand." Well, now I'm just more curious about it. "I see. Then I hope we get there soon." Cillian leads us across a bridge, and we climb stone steps. The higher we go, the more it feels like all the lights are disappearing in the sky. I feel a strange sensation as we move up, like the air has become so thick that it's hard to walk further. I feel as if I'm literally pushing through some invisible barrier with just my body. And suddenly, the heavy feeling is gone, and I stumble forward. I manage to steady myself just in time to be blinded by a bright light. Ooh, dun dun dun! Into the mist. So anyway, I will wrap this part up here, and we'll see what happens when we come back. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.